Just jump to this part if you don't care about the intro. So, Fall Guys just came out recently. I'm pretty excited for its potential to be a really fun game with your friends or an interactive experience with your Twitch audience. But there are a lot of ups and downs in this game, and you'll soon notice by halfway through the video there's sort of a bias towards which game modes I prefer. So I do hope this provides an idea how I and a few others base our enjoyment from playing this game by making this list. Anyways, without further ado, we've got number 25. We have Egg Scrambler. Now, this game mode makes a fool out of the grabbing mechanics. It's just an absolute cesspool of jelly beans trying to grab your golden eggs out of your basket for like 2.5 minutes. And for the most part, you better hope your teammates aren't entirely focused on grabbing golden eggs. Otherwise, you're pretty much SOL and knocked out on the second round. Not my tea, baby. Anyways, on to number 24. We've got Hoarders. Hoarders. It's basically Egg Scrambler with less work to do, but just as dumb. Speaking of teammates, now you have to cooperate with them on trying to get these balls towards your side. I mean, it's less work, but nonetheless just as frustrating when you don't really have that much control in this game mode. With that said, let's go to number 23. We got motherfucking Team Tail Tag. Every time I see this goddamn name pop up, I feel like clipping out of these walls and chill at a back room for the rest of my life. Yeah, honestly, I think this game of Keep Away is a lot more fun IRL. I just don't like running around in a condensed area with people trying to touch my rear for a prolonged amount of time. Just take me to a next game mode already. I'm already done with this. Yeah, and for number 22, we have Tiptoe. This one's really silly. Ultimately, the strat is let the fools do the work for you, and then you follow it once the path is figured out. I mean, sure, you might get pushed if you play recklessly, but that's on you, man. Next game. Number 21, we have Fall Ball. Hey, it's a soccer, but with the 2 balls. And they're big. Unlike Hoarders, you really only have 2 directions to worry about with your boys. And that could be fun, but even then the physics are still a bit too loose to cooperate with a bunch of randos. I have trust issues, so catch me defending as keeper while these toddlers push around. Number 20, we got Jinx. Now, I don't know who you're fooling, but this is just Team Tail Tag in disguise with a small twist. Now, instead of trying to catch some tail, you're passing gas to the next jelly bean you stumble by. I will admit it's a bit more fun, but overall it's the same idea of catch and mouse with everyone. Honestly, it's a bit higher on this list because it finishes sooner. That's it, baby. Next game. Number 19, we've got DoorDash. No, not that one. This one, and it's a real doozy. Yeah, this one's also very simple. I hope you choose the right door too, otherwise you're gonna suffer the biggest dog pile in video game history. I mean, not even Madden can compete with how many bodies are trying to slam through one area. And this game mode is just silly. Most of this is based on luck to determine whether you make it through the next round or not. But it's really not that hard to win if you ask me. But that's all. On to the next. Number 18, Perfect Match. The last thing you'd want in your Fall Guys arena is putting your feet on top of fruit. But as it turns out, that might be what you get. A Mediatonic game designer uploaded a game mode with unanimous decision to the game showcasing his fruit on these panels, with the statement, "This is the fruit you'll be standing on when it appears on screen." Admittedly, he thought this was a good idea, but that's even worse. I'm really sorry about that. Anyways, number 17, we've got Hoopsie Daisy. Everyone's a dolphin at SeaWorld today, jumping through hoops. You have carousels, you have escalators, you've got assholes stealing your rings. It's fun, but it's also not so fun. And that's why it deserves number 17, sue me. Number 16, we've got Dodgeball. Alright, this level gives me anxiety. I'm not a fan being pelted at with fruit. I think I'll speak for everyone and say no one likes to be pelted at with fruit in general, but that's the whole point of this one. RN Jesus is going motherfucking ham on that watermelon, and you better hope it's not aimed towards you, otherwise you are outie, my guy. Scary stuff. On to number 15. And that spot goes to Rock and Roll. Now, believe it or not, this is the last team-based game mode I have on this list. That's right, Metatonic. I ain't a huge fan of these team-based games, cause when you throw a bunch of kids and dads who play games bi-monthly and matching them up with gamers like me, without any form of communication, I'm gonna be quite miffed on losing. And if there's one thing gamers hate more than anything else, it's losing. With that aside, Rock and Roll is probably my favorite team-based game, solely from how stupidly funny it is seeing one team getting absolutely fucked towards the end. I don't know, there's something funny watching like 2 or 3 opposing jelly beans desperately trying to keep your ball from entering the goal. Something about that is hilarious. It reminds me of some type of Buster Keaton era type of comedy that you don't see in many games with that type of freedom. Anyways, this is the type of stupid fun that I'm looking for. It's way better than all the other types that I've seen down there. On to 14. Fall Mountain. Good lord, this is like dodgeball but on steroids. But not only are you trying to dodge everything thrown at you at random, but you're also trying to reach first place against 8 other people. It's intense, but my god do I feel so defeated the moment I trip at all during the race to the top. Even with all the skill in the world, that ball or turbine will still hit you if you're in the wrong spot. Nonetheless, still tense since it's the final round game. On to number 13. We've got Seesaw. Okay, I get it. Some of you might not be a fan of this placement here, but hear me out. There's some mystery whether you will make it to the end or not, depending on which path you decide to take. It's kind of silly waiting for the C to saw back down. If it weren't for the comfortable qualifying number limit it takes to finish, this would have been way higher on the list for how frustrating it'd be falling several times. Even then, I've seen my friends bounce back from it. There's plenty of room for shenanigans here. You could be the defining number that takes a group of 5 down with you and have them all respawn back. But that's enough of this one. On to number 12. And we have Royal Fumble! Personally, I'm not a huge fan of this one. But I know people are into this one because it's just one giant game of catching the golden snitch to win it all. But a huge reason why it only deserves number 12 was when I was watching my friend just chill on top of the mountain until there was like 30 seconds left on the clock, and then he started to chase the guy. He ended up winning too. I think he proved his point though. All this extra time added feels like a waste. Either you get the tail or you don't, and that's the simple tensity to it. Anyways, let's go to number 11. Oh, we have Tail Tag, the final tail-based game on this list. I think what separates the enjoyment from this one compared to all the others is you don't have to depend on anyone else to grab tails to win, and you don't have to chase the one guy in order to win it all. In my opinion, probably the best keep-away-based game since it's based on you and you only. With that said, time for the real Mamba Jamma, the real head honchos of this game that carries all the others by the backs! Number 10, we got Hit Parade. Sorry. Yeah, this one's fun. You start off trying to balance yourself across these tubes, making your way through turbines, trying to not get knocked out by pendulums or slime. I mean, this is just a solid entry course to kick your journey off to win the crown. And that's about it. Number 9. And that spot goes to Gate Crash. Now this is a very satisfying course. Predicting each gate to fall down before you even cross them. The middle ones can be a little trolly because sometimes they never go down, and right when you think they never will open up, you switch to a different gate to which the previous gate you attempted opens up. Kind of funny, kind of annoying. Solid ending too with that ski jump slime thing, whatever you call it. I'd give a 5 out of 7 with slime. Time for number 8. Alright, number 8. We have Diddy Heights. God bless you. This is the speedrunning map. I never felt so amped up to reach to the finish line than this one. Carousels thrown everywhere at the beginning, trying to shorten your way up the hill while these balls are rolling down towards you, followed by more carousels that have a pit of despair if you ain't good enough, and finally it tops off with more giant balls that you can actually dodge if you have enough skill. And I always try to reach first place if I can. This is my Fall Mountain in my heart. On to number 7. And we got Block Party! First half gets you more so prepared for some decent hurdles you need to jump over. I've noticed one of these versions, they throw these boxes at you, and if you don't pay attention, you might end up slipping off and die a most painful, gooey death. Everybody's trying to get on top of each other, trying to get past these blocks, and it makes for some interesting conflict. And it's time for number 6. we have TheWhirlygig. This is a ragtag time. Something about trying to launch yourself across the map from these rotating bars is so much fun. Trying to slip your way through the middle only to fail miserably. Now this is an A1 race course that these Fall Guys devs should strive towards. Absolute mint. Now it's top 5 time, baby! We got number 5, Jump Club. You ever watch Wipeout? There is a reason why they show off this course in every show, cause it works so well, even here. When the going gets rough, it just keeps on spinning faster until someone gets knocked out. It's very simple, but an effective idea, and I absolutely love it. On to number 4. It's Rollout time, baby! You thought Jump Club or Block Party was easy? Well, think again, bud. Just when you think you got the hang of this course, boom, someone pulls you off the map. Same idea with Jump Club applies here. Game doesn't end until people get eliminated, so technically these giant cylinders will keep on rotating faster until people get knocked out. Very competitive, very fun, solid map. Time for number 3. We got Hexagon! This map does require skill, believe it or not. Surviving this map requires planning ahead and assessing the environment around you. Are opponents trying to cut off my path? I need to adapt and change course. I love the constant terror of tiles disappearing behind you. The tensity is an all-time high throughout the entire match. Towards the end, you're facing maybe 1 or 2 people left, trying to squeeze as much time as you can before you reach your impending doom. This is a supahbeebz certified fun course guaranteed. No refunds, baby. Onwards to number 2, Jump Showdown. Unlike Jump Club, this isn't based on qualifying for the next round. Oh no, this is for the dub. And if you ain't good enough, you ain't gonna win. You may also notice that all the elimination-based games ranked very well on my list. Personally, I think this is where the game's focus should be geared towards. Unfortunately, there's only like 3 right now, but I really do hope they make many, many more for the next season, because these are so much fun. But my biggest con for this map, however, is I never play here. I'm usually either playing Fall Mountain or Royal Fumble for the final 2 maps, and I don't want to play because it requires more luck than skill, honestly. So yeah, Jump Showdown. Great game. Time for number 1. We have Slime Climb. This one is the epitome of Fall Guys. It has every obstacle thrown at you. We have pushing blocks, rotating hammers, balls, slippery goo, pendulums, conveyor belts, etc., etc. Oh. Did I also forget to mention the slime rises, so if you don't make it to the top on time, you will die. This one's not too hard, but it's also not simple. An amazing round to sort out the men from the boys. I believe nearly everyone can agree that Slime Climb is the quintessential course for Fall Guys. This is what the game was made for, and I do hope we see more masterpieces like this one in the future. GG, boys.